All right, guys, in this game, one of the things that's important is you have to say the battle cry of each character to get a buff in the damage. So we're going to test Alyssa here. Ready?
Oh, gosh.
Dan Gravy. Go for it.
Can I rest my fist on your face?
The Wee Admiral of the Sea.
Ooh. Ahoy and a bust.
All right, and then we'll try this one. Damage Bot 2000.
You have no messages.
Good job on the robot. And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standards Kickstarter Preview. My name's David. I'm joined, as always, by my favorite board gamer, my wife, Alyssa.
Hello.
And today we're taking a look at the 2 to 4 player card battling game, Squirmish, from Steven Stwalley. In this game, players are going to be competing as different beasts trying to knock out the other opponent. But guess what? Everyone else is doing the same thing to you. So in this Take That card game, you have to be the best beast of them all. But before we determine who is the best, let's talk about what's included in the game. Take it away, Alyssa.
Okay, in this game, you're going to be getting beast cards. And there's a different variety of different types of beast cards. Each beast card is going to have a layout of hit points you'll be able to find. They're also going to have their basic attack abilities. They'll have their special abilities, their group abilities, and lastly, their battle cry.
Yeah, so each card is going to have kind of their own unique twist on the game. But the way the game works, the way it's played, is the first player to knock out three other beasts of other opponents wins the game. So what you're going to be doing on your turn is you first start off by getting 5 cards. Everyone starts out with 5 cards. And like I said, there's a ton of different beasts to choose from. They have some abilities that are strong in attack, some work to heal. But at the top, like you said, you're going to have your hit points. So first, you're going to draw a card. You can choose to draw a card. At no point, you can't have more than 5 cards in your hand. And then at that point, you're going to play a card into the main area, which is called the Squirmish. And once you place a card, there's some restrictions. You have to place a card next to or adjacent to any other card that's already in the Squirmish. What's unique about this, to make it very simple as to whose cards are whose, you just keep the orientation of facing you. So whatever card is facing in your direction, that indicates that you're the owner of that card. Once you place your card, if you do place a card, then you have an option. You can either move, meaning you can take one card and essentially trade places with an adjacent card, or you can attack, which is kind of the main purpose of this game. What's great about this game is that it provides, you essentially do dice rolling to determine your attacks. Now, each card will have their basic attack abilities. So if you roll, let's say, a 1 or 2, there might be no effect. If you roll a 3 or 4, it might be like a middle attack. And then usually when you roll a 6, it's something very bad for everyone else.
Including cards around that card.
Sometimes
can take damage.
Yeah, sometimes it'll just go crazy and they'll all start attacking
like an
others.
explosion.
Yeah. After you've attacked, then you start resolving any of those special abilities that we talked about. On each of the cards, they'll actually have depending. Some cards do, some don't. You can resolve special abilities. And then there's also group abilities. So there's different groups, like the Kitty Cat Club. So there's lots of different things that are going on in this game. But don't let that sway you. This is actually a very simple game to play.
It's pretty straightforward, and it's quick to learn. But there's a lot of different beasts and abilities. So you're finding out which ones suit you the best with the cards you already have out on the table.
Yeah, there's definitely some combos that you can get working here. So there is kind of this tactile, almost a miniature abstract type of game, because you do need to be adjacent to a card in order to attack it. So you kind of need to get sometimes in position. Now, normally the cards can only attack orthogonally, up, down, left, right. But some cards, if you get them in the right spot, can attack diagonally, and they get special abilities for that. But the one great thing about this game is that every single card is different. There's not repeats in this. So there's a ton of cards included in the game, and each one is a unique character with its own unique abilities and group abilities. Now, when we were playing, we were having some issues trying to figure out which group is organized with each group, because there's a bunch of different groups to choose from. Well, it's easier than what we even thought. It's the border of the color of the card.
It's literally color oriented.
Yeah, so if the color of the cards are the same, that means they're in the same group. Now, some cards don't work inside a group, so they don't have a group ability. So if you like the battling card games, like for instance, we play a lot of Magic the Gathering, but the problem with that game is the cost. You have to continually buy cards. In this game, everything that you're going to need is included.
It kind of reminds me of Munchkin.
Yeah, a little bit.
Gloom?
Yeah.
Or Munchkin Gloom, yeah.
So it has that take that feel to it. Now, there is some strategy here too, because when you knock out another opponent's player, when you basically take their hit points down to 0, you take that card and put it in your victory pile. But you can attack your own card. So if you deal essentially the killing blow, the coup de grace, instead of going in your victory pile, it goes into the discard pile. So if you have characters that it seems like they're on the edge of almost dying, you can kill them and prevent a player from taking that as one of the 3 necessary victory cards to win the game.
Another thing I like about this game is that you're limited to putting 5 beasts down in the grid. So say you already have your 5 down, but you draw a card that you feel is stronger for whatever reason you think it'll suit you better. You can, instead of laying a card, what your choice is to switch it out.
Yeah.
So, and then that one that you switch out will go to the discard pile. So it gives you a lot of movement, so you're not stuck with those 5 that you have down there if you're filling. But you can only switch it out if there's no damage to it at that point.
Right, so then there becomes a strategy of maybe putting just a little bit of damage on all of your opponent's cards so that they can't really have that strategy of switching things out. So it's a simple card game, but it has a lot of meat to it. Again, I really enjoyed it because of the fact that, one, I love the artwork. It has, it reminds me of when I was a kid, I used to watch this cartoon called All Real Monsters. It has that feel, and it also reminds me even younger. When I was a kid, I had these little finger monster puppets. I don't know if you remember those, but the artwork is fantastic. It ranges from cute and cuddly with Cupcake, the cat,
to boom, take that.
That, and then the artwork has like this slimy, gooey, pussy stuff. So it has a cool range. I think if you're looking for a battling card game that you can introduce to people to maybe even get them into bigger and deeper games, this is a great introduction to do so. Right now they're on Kickstarter, so what we'll do is we'll actually put a link right here. So if you click right here, that will take you to their Kickstarter page. Right now you can pick up a full copy of the game for $20 pledge, and that includes shipping in the U.S. So again, a lot of times we always mention this, is that sometimes the shipping is almost as expensive as the game. But in this case, $20 pledge would get you a copy of the game as well as the shipping in the U.S. So again, if you like battling card games, if you're looking something to introduce that isn't hard to learn but still provides a lot of that strategy, this is definitely a game for you. So if this sounds like it's up your alley, definitely give it a look. Just click the link. Until next time, bye.
See ya.